Very good morning to you, and thanks for joining us on The Breakfast. My name is Nyamgul Agaji. Today is the 1st of April, 2025. Remember what happens on the 1st of April. People try to prank you. People try to do all sorts of things to you. We hope that you will be smart enough to know that some of these things will be pranks, and some of them may not be pranks. So, like they say in the scriptures, search the spirits and know which one is true, and then you follow. Today, it's a very wonderful day, the best day of the rest of your life. So you have to make the best out of it because you're given the opportunity to do better than yesterday. My name is Nyamgul Agaji, and I welcome you to this very, very important day in our history. Now, we do not know what the origin of April Fool's is. Some people have given it so many interpretations and all that, but some of them say that it was at a time when France was transiting from one kind of calendar to the other. So people who did not know that the new year had changed from whatever it was, I think it's in April or so, to January 1, were the ones that were being called, people who had no idea, people who were fools and all that. They just made a mockery of them. Whatever the interpretation is, today is a day of pranks for a lot of people. But I'd like to warn that as you prank someone, prank in such a way that afterwards you can be laughing over whatever you did, because you might prank someone and get into trouble because of the kind of prank that you are carrying out. Let it be something that both of you can laugh about later on. Let it not be something so serious that it can cause a heart attack. It can do a lot of things to other people, or it can even cause your own death. You can go and prank someone who has a gun and he shoots you. What would you say? Later on in your grave, you now say it was a prank. You should be careful what you do, what you say, and let today pass. And unwritten code or unwritten law about pranking on April Fool's Day is that it should not pass 12 o'clock. So whatever your pranks are going to be, it should end before 12 o'clock as it is. But whatever it is, let's just have fun today and make sure that tomorrow doesn't meet us as enemies. We'll still be friends to laugh over all the things that we did today, monkeying about this morning and beyond. All right, let's just take a pause now, go to our quote for the day, and then we'll continue from there. Stay with us. Our quote for this morning is from Freeman Dyson, and it says, "The technologies which have had the most profound effects on human life are usually simple." The technologies which have had the most profound effects on human lives are usually simple. And that's so true. It's not the sophistication, it's not anything else. There are simple tools that have had the most profound effect on human life. Take the matchstick, for instance. The matchstick is one of the smallest, but it's technology that went into it, creativity that went into it, innovation that went into it, and so you could carry power, you could carry fire in your pocket and move around. The matchstick, the lighter, and small things like that. Even the knife that you used, the kitchen knife that you use to cut some things into small pieces, it has had a very profound effect on the human beings, and it's a very simple tool. That's all technology. Technology doesn't have to be a robot. Technology doesn't have to be a big atomic bomb. Technology doesn't have to be something really big. Technology is something, it can be a very simple thing. As we were taught in secondary school, a machine is anything that helps you to do work easier than you could have done without using that particular tool. So technology doesn't have to be a very, very sophisticated thing. Those things that have had so much profound effect on human beings or human nature or humans at all in general are usually very simple. But it's also like they say, the best things in life are free. You can't buy them. No matter how you think of them, you can't buy them. Life itself is free. You can't buy it. God gives you and he takes it. even if you don't believe in God, but it comes to you freely. It's not because you bought it. That's life, and it's the most important thing. The air that you breathe is free. It's not sold to you, because if we were to buy, I wonder how many people could buy it. Just take, for instance, when you go to a hospital and you have to be tied to an oxygen mask. Think how much you pay for an hour for that oxygen in the hospital, and then think about the one that you breathe is free of charge. Even love, a lot of people will debate that and say that love can be bought. When you have money, you have people around you. And I just love when some people say, make money and the women will come. For instance, that's one of the sayings that they say, women will come. And you're looking for a wife and you're thinking about making money so that the women will come. Women are different from wives. You have to draw that distinction before you know what it is. A wife is a wife. It's not just every woman that is a wife. So when you attract a lot of women because you have made money, how many of them can be wives to you, not your money? You know, it's just a question I'm asking. So true love comes without any price, without any incentive. True love is just true love. And in fact, if you find someone that you love, you cannot really place a finger at anything that is making you love that person. Because if that person was beautiful and then he or she loses that beauty, that being handsome, you will still love the person. If the person is amputated, you still love the person. So it wasn't because of a fine legs, or it wasn't because of a fine face. It wasn't because of anything. It was just because of love. Love finds you, not the other way around. But, you know, it's not love we're talking about. We're talking about simplicity of things that are important to us. So never write off anything that is simple. You have you may think I'm digressing. No, I'm not. You might have a house help, for instance, and you think that because you're paying money to that house help, the house help is under you, the house help is beneath you, the house help is inferior to you. But guess what? If you had a community with all millionaires, it will mean that nobody is even rich, because you'll have to do your thing yourself. No housemaid, no laborer, nothing. You're just all millionaires. You have so much money in your bank account, but there's nobody who wants to stoop low to do the work for another person. You'll all become poor in less than a month. Or you'll all become like the poor in less than a month, because you clean yourself, you wash everything yourself, you sweep yourself, you do everything yourself, you ready your children for school yourself and everything. So how do you know that you're rich? You're just like every other person. So the person you're seeing as a simple person might be the only reason that you see yourself as the boss, the only reason that you see yourself as the rich person. So don't take anybody or anything as being too simple to be important to you. So all the technology, look around, the things that have made life really, really easy for all of us are very simple ones. You don't have to be an atomic powerhouse before you can say your technology is so advanced. The things that are necessary, the things that are important are usually very simple. So respect the things that seem simple but are having the most impact in your life. The people that seem simple and lowly but are having the most impact in your life. And, you know, like I used the example of a house help. A lot of them can just, by the click of the finger, the snap of the finger, take your life. Do you know that? So your life is literally in their hands and you take them for granted. So take everybody seriously, take everybody as being important, because everybody's playing their role. But also recognize simplicity does not mean that it is not important. That is what the technology has shown us. Those things that are most important in our lives are simple technology. It doesn't have to be rocket science. Lessons learned today. And that is not April Fool's. I'm not telling you a lie. Okay, so we'll just go straight to our top trending issues this morning. We will not be talking much about them, but hopefully we'll just get something out. President Bola Tinubu has approved the extension of Comptroller General Kemi Nandap's tenure at the Nigeria Immigration Service, NIS, until December 31, 2026. Nandap, who joined the NIS in 1989, was initially appointed as Comptroller General in March 1, 2024, and her tenure was supposed to end in August 2025. The extension ensures her continued leadership for over 2 more years. A statement by the President's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, highlighted Tinubu's commendation of Nandap's leadership Under her watch, the NIS has recorded notable improvements in border management, modernized immigration processes, and enhanced national security. The president urged her to maintain these strides in alignment with his administration's renewed hope agenda. Tinubu also reaffirmed his commitment to strengthen the NIS, ensuring better border security and promoting safe and legal migration. He emphasized that his administration would continue to support initiatives aimed at modernizing Nigeria's immigration service. Well, we'd like to say a big congratulations to Nandap. It's well within the rights of the president to do that, I hope, because when the tenure of the IG was extended, people had to cry out and all that. Nothing happened, you know. Well, you can't do anything and get away with it. Some people said it was not supposed to be so, but I hope that this one was legal enough. It's within his rights to do whatever he did and extended the tenure of Nandap. But a key thing to take out from there is that Nandap was not just, the tenure was not just extended because the president wanted to. One of the things that spoke for Nandap is her sterling qualities, her leadership qualities and all that. And so she was recognized based on the fact that in her tenure, which started last year, 2024, till now, there have been remarkable improvements in that sector, and the president is happy with it, which means whatever you're doing, someone somewhere that is relevant enough is watching. So do not think that you're just doing it, and after all, after that, you're going to leave it. It's not your father's work. Someone will notice you, some good will come to you, and all that. But we do hope that as good as Nandap is, when there is time for her to finally bow out in 2026, there will be somebody who will fill her shoes that will be as good as her or better than her, because you are not a leader if you are not having a succession plan. You are not a leader if you think that once you leave, or if we know that once you leave, nobody can fill your shoes. You're not a leader at all. So if you're a leader, think about a succession plan. It doesn't have to be your brother, it doesn't have to be your friend, but let someone be there that you can mentor enough to take your shoes when you leave. And let us be, it's only in Nigeria that we look at, for instance, an administration. When one administration comes, we begin to miss the previous one. Another one comes, we begin to miss that one that we thought that was very bad and all that. I saw a video yesterday where someone was kneeling down and thanking God that the Buhari administration had ended and that we will have no cause to miss Buhari. Never in our lives can we miss Buhari. But how true is that now? Are we not missing Buhari? Maybe there have been some gains of this administration. Still, a lot of people, maybe 90 or 95% are missing the administration of Buhari. Can you beat that? When we got to that bridge, we thought that was the most difficult bridge to cross, but we crossed it, and then we got to, let's not say, depending on where you stand, this administration has shown us shege. But even then, we still hope for a better Nigeria. Maybe we're suffering now so that we can get something. Like they say, it's always darkest before dawn. Our dawn is coming. Okay, so Nandap, congratulations to you. Now, Edison here, Chief of Staff to suspended River State Governor Siminalayi Fubara, has alleged that he was offered 5 billion naira bribe to coordinate Fubara's impeachment. Speaking on Channels Television, Ehie stated that he has evidence of the bribe offer stored on his phone and has already distributed copies for protection. The offer was allegedly made in October 2023 when he was the majority leader of River State House of Assembly. He also denied allegations linking him to the October 30, 2023 bombing of the River State House of Assembly complex. Former River State Head of Service, George Nweke, had claimed to have witnessed a bag of money being given to Ehie at the government house for the operation. However, Ehie dismissed the claims as false and politically motivated, stating that he woke up like everyone else to hear of the attack. He has instructed his lawyers to file a criminal libel suit against Nweke. The political crisis in Rivers State has deepened following Fubara's fallout with his predecessor, Nyesom Wike. On March 18, President Bola Tinubu declared a state of emergency in the state, suspending both the governor and his deputy. On March 26, the newly appointed sole administrator, Iborete Ibas, further suspended all political office holders in the state, intensifying the ongoing turmoil. So we've seen the crisis in Rivers State, and here, thank God he's saying that he has the evidence, but what we're looking at and looking for is that suit he's saying that he's going to file against the person who allegedly lied against him should be filed. Let Nigerians see, and if it is true that it is a lie, let the person go in for it. Because a lot of things happen. People make statements carelessly and they go scot-free. Some other people make some statements that may not be as bad or as serious as the others, and they go in for it. I don't know if, for instance, I'm just giving as an example. For instance, the statements that were made just before the election in 2023, someone made statements how some people cannot go out to vote, there's going to be chaos and all that, and a lot of people would say that that threat was carried out. The police said that it was a joke. Another person said that, okay, if our interest in Lagos cannot be protected, maybe we should bring our own people from home to come and protect our interests here in Lagos. And he was arrested, and I don't know if he's still in prison right now. If certain chief from another part of the country was arrested, I think around Ajao Estate or so. Until now, we don't know the fate of that man because he made a statement, just expressing his frustration about how things are going here in Lagos. Those are just examples that I gave. We should be just in whatever we do. We should be sure that whatever is good for the goose, like they say, is good for the gander. It shouldn't be one-sided. So, well, that is how it is. Rivers State is facing what it is facing. And now there are two players in this thing. One of them has been singled out and punished. The other one is moving scot-free. And now even touring states. Yeah, because we know that he's going to be touring some states, and especially the states that are not APC. He's touring the states, states that may be, I don't know how to put it carefully now, states that there might be the state that may not welcome his visit. Let me just leave it that way. And he will insist on going there. And the president is in support. I don't know if he wants chaos in so many states, because these people have openly said that they don't want him in that state. And he's still going to be the person to represent the president in that place. And I don't know. Well, I'm just afraid. I don't want a situation where we'll start fighting each other. We'll start looking for trouble where, like they said, sleeping dogs are lying, and you're not letting them lie. You want to go and pinch them or do something to them. I don't want that kind of a situation anywhere in our country. But that's what is happening right now. But yeah, Rivers State is in turmoil. Rivers State is in crisis, and now things seem to be working because there's a lot of security. Why couldn't we have this kind of security when we saw that things were going wrong? We waited till things degenerated to where they were, and then we did a state of emergency, which was illegal and is still illegal, but nobody is saying anything because even the National Assembly has endorsed it, whether rightly or wrongly, and everybody in Nigeria is quiet. We are all quiet, but let posterity remember that a lot of people were against it. One of them is me. Okay. Petrol marketers in Lagos have increased pump prices to between 925 naira and 935 naira per litre, citing high landing cost, supply constraints, and currency-related policy delays. The price surge follows Dangote's refinery's decision to stop selling petrol in naira and ongoing negotiations over the naira for crude policy. As of last Monday, the landing cost of petrol rose to 843.28 naira per litre, up from 797 naira per litre recorded 2 weeks earlier. Major fuel stations like Total Energies and MRS have adjusted their price accordingly. And according to the Major Energy Marketers Association of Nigeria, MEMAN, The hike is driven by rising international petroleum prices, seasonal refinery maintenance in Europe, and a fire at Italy's Falconora refinery. The shift from winter to summer-grade gasoline in Europe has further impacted supply, with stocks at the Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Antwerp hub dropping to 12-week low. Despite a relatively stable exchange rate, landing costs fluctuate frequently due to multiple factors. Merman has suggested that marketers could reduce costs by improving logistics, securing better access to foreign exchange, and avoiding ship-to-ship transfers where possible. Okay, well, we hope that something will be done and the fuel price will come down, because a lot of things depend on that. And then Lagos residents are crying for shortage of water. Lagos should not be crying about shortage of water, because this is a big city, and we say that we are the land of aquatic splendor. Aquatic splendor shouldn't just be water bodies. We should have potable water for all of us. And when people complain about Lagos, we shut them down and say Lagos is evolving. It is not smelling, it's not lacking in anything. There are a lot of things in Lagos that are not in other places. Hey, Lagos makes money more than Nigeria almost, and you're still telling yourself that these things that are lacking are as a result of evolution. Have we not evolved enough? Are we still where we are supposed to be? Should we be where we are now in Lagos State? So look into it. Let people not depend on personal boreholes for water. Water cannot be running in Nigeria in the 1960s, and now everybody has to have his own water. We are not coconuts that everybody will have everything in his house. Otherwise, you cannot get anything from the government. It doesn't work that way. It's not good enough. It's a bad image for Lagos State. Well, that's as much we can go. Hopefully Chris Kinde Wando is waiting for us on the sidelines to help us x-ray the papers this morning. And let's take a short break so that he can join us, and we go to the press and look at the headlines. Stay with us.